Timothy Phoenix here. Why you shouldn't get Moldavite. Okay, might sound like a weird thing to say from someone who does Moldavite videos and he loves Moldavite and he has his Moldavites here. There you go, check those babies out. Yeah, these are my two biggest pieces. And so why do I think that you shouldn't get Moldavite? Okay, well, for the most part, I think it's an amazing tool for everyone. I don't think there's a single person on this planet that can't be helped with Moldavite, if I'm honest. Okay, so it's not that I'm trying to put people off. I've said in the past that I believe that you have to be ready for Moldavite, and by that I mean you have to be ready for personal transformation. You have to be ready for a lot of challenges which Moldavite is going to bring into your life, for sure. And some people aren't ready for that, and that's fine. You know, at some point in their journey they are going to be ready for it. But if you feel that the disruption and the challenges that Moldavite is going to bring into your life is something that you feel could knock you off balance or freak you out a bit, then don't get it. You'll know anyway. Moldavite calls people in, basically. So if you find that you end up in a place and there's Moldavite there just randomly, Moldavite's calling you. So you're ready for it if you're being called to it, basically. But maybe sometimes you hear about it through other people and they're talking about it, and then you're like, well, I'm not so sure. Then, if you're not that curious about it, don't go for it. But I do believe it can help. It will help absolutely everybody. But there's also a lot of people I get who message me who have got Moldavite, and they often say to me, Tim, help me out here, nothing's happening. I'm sat here waiting and nothing's happening. And they're expecting Moldavite to start changing their lives. And also I get a lot of people message me and they say that Moldavite is not bringing them the kind of things they were expecting. They wanted their life to suddenly become amazing and for everything to be transformed in the blink of an eye. So these are the people I'm really talking to, these kind of people, you guys who have been messaging me out there. And what I want to say to you is this: Moldavite is not for you if you think it's going to change your life. Let me say that again. Moldavite is not for you if you think the Moldavite itself is going to change your life. And this is what I'm picking up from a lot of people. They think it's the Moldavite that's changing their lives, and it isn't. It isn't. Again, that might sound a bit strange from someone who is always talking about Moldavite, but let me explain. Moldavite is working with your energies, okay? It is enhancing the energies within you. It is magnifying those energies. It's intensifying them, okay? That's what it does. So it can't work with something that's not there. So it's all based on you and who you are. So if your energies are low, then there's not, or stagnant, for example, there's not really much it can do, okay? If you have a lot of darkness within you, stuff that needs to be brought up, trapped trauma, for example, a lot of subconscious behaviors and patterns that need to be overcome, the law of attraction will work with those deeper energies and will bring them up to the surface. However, you still need to transmute it. You still need to work through those things. You still need to release them. You still need to put the work in. The Moldavite isn't going to do that for you. I think a lot of people think that they get the Moldavite, they get the crystal, and that it magically does something with them and just clears them of every blockage they've got, and that all of a sudden they're like, new me, new life, and then all of a sudden these amazing things start coming into their life. It's not like that. It doesn't go like that at all. I've never met anyone who's got Moldavite where that has actually happened. So, let's talk some real truths here. The Moldavite journey is a tough journey. It's a rough journey for most people. Okay, I'm not saying it can't be. It's not going to be easy for some, but I've not met them yet. Put it that way. And I know several people who have Moldavite. So generally, what it's going to do is it's going to first of all bring up all those dark, hidden things that need dealing with, those energies. It's going to bring them to the surface, and then you will have to make the decision on what you do about that. Now, some people are going to go into hiding. Some people are going to run away from it. There's some people actually take the Moldavite off, put it away, don't want to go near it when they get those uncomfortable feelings as well, which often happens, Moldavite flush, etc. They get scared. But that's the Moldavite doing its work. The Moldavite is working with those energies, bringing them to the surface, but you still have to put the inner work in to work on yourselves. It's bringing up all your shit for you to deal with. You don't have to deal with it though. You can leave it and they'll stay there. They're not going to release. They're going to stay trapped and nothing's going to change. That's what's happening with some people. Okay, other people are running away from it and they're not keeping the Moldavite near them because they're getting too uncomfortable. Again, then nothing's going to happen. Nothing is going to change. Some people just, as I said before, their energy is stagnant anyway, and so it's going to be difficult to shift out of that, but it should work. It should do something for most people, but it might just be that you've just got to dig a little deeper or wait a little longer. I've said many times that Moldavite takes a couple of weeks for me normally before I really start to see the changes happening in my life. But I want you to understand that those changes that come along are not always good. Let me put that another way. They're not always positive in terms of the label that we put on them. Now, they actually are positive, but they can come across as negative. So, for example, there was a time when I mentioned this in a previous video, working on a yoga resort, didn't want to leave, wanted to stay longer, wanted to get a better deal for my work that I was doing. Instead, got a worse deal and got told to leave in 2 weeks' time with hardly any money on me in a foreign country. Okay, now I labelled that obviously as negative, but it turned out to be extremely positive because it forced me into a situation where I had to up my game and I had to do some deep inner work and I had to get to work as well, put in the action to start getting some money, and in the end it led to me further down the line, months down the line, ending up on the island of my dreams, living an amazing lifestyle and doing what I loved, which I wasn't at the time. So this is what I mean. It happens through the law of attraction. You'll start to manifest things quicker. And the reason that is because the Moldavite collapses timelines. So it's going to bring things to you which might not have happened until much later down the line, right now. So things are going to start coming into your life, incidences, people, circumstances, situations. Some of them are going to be incredible and amazing, and you're going to say, wow, I was not expecting that, but you're going to love it. There's going to be some amazing manifestations, some amazing synchronicities, some incredible people are going to be brought into your life who are going to help you to ascend if you allow them. But there's also going to be some incidences which are going to be very uncomfortable because they're going to force you to look at certain things in your life which aren't serving you and to deal with them. But when you do, then you can, as I say, lift up to another level. You're going to ascend then, and you're going to clear out those blockages, and you're going to be a clearer channel to the law of attraction. And so more and more good things are going to start to come into your life then. Okay, you're still going to occasionally get stuff that's a bit rough and a bit challenging. I still get it every now and then, but it should ease up after a while. But this journey, it's a lifelong journey. The Moldavite journey is a lifelong journey, and you got to be prepared for that. And I think too many people shouldn't really be getting Moldavite because they're expecting magic to happen. And it is in a way, it is magic in its own way, but they think it's going to be an easy process. They think that they're not going to have to do anything. They're going to just sit on their arse and it's just all going to come to them magically. And it's just going to be really easy and they're going to get everything they want in really record time. And it just doesn't work like that. So that is why I'm saying you should not get Moldavite if you're expecting it to be like that. Because it's not the Moldavite that changes your life, it's you that changes your life. You have to take responsibility for everything. And you won't move forward if you don't deal with your shit. Moldavite is just pointing it out. It's just saying, here's your shit, here's your shit. What are you going to do about it? Because when you move through it, the good stuff's on the other side, you know? And it's not to say there aren't going to be some amazing things happen, and you are going to get all those amazing stories that you hear about Moldavite, the beautiful things, the synchronicities, they're all there as well. But there's another side to it, and that side is very, very important. It's all part of the process, it's all part of the journey. The best example I can give of this is really a lot of people when they get Moldavite end up meeting their twin flames, which is what happened with me. And obviously that's quite possibly the most beautiful thing that can happen in your entire life. But as everyone knows who's been in a twin flame relationship dynamic, it's also one of the roughest things you'll ever go through. It's going to batter you, you know, it's going to test you, and it can leave you, some people come out of it totally ruined and distraught. I know that because I've seen a couple of them, and I've also read a lot about these people online who's just years and years and years later haven't got over it, and they're struggling, you know. And you have to know there's two sides to every coin, you know. But I have to say that if you are willing and prepared to put the work in and to understand that it's all down to you at the end of the day, not the other, forget the other person who's in this dynamic, this relationship. What about you? You're the one who has the power. You're the one who has the control. You can't manifest for other people. You can only manifest for yourself. You know, you can't go and heal other people. You can only heal yourself. So take care of yourself. And that's when you'll find the pot of gold that Moldavite can bring you. So yeah, that's all I really want to say on the matter. Just, you know, I wanted to talk about it because I have had a lot of people come to me, and the tone I'm getting from a lot of people is, I'm going to buy some Moldavite because I've seen you get it, I've seen your life change, you've told me about your life. And they're then questioning a few days later why their life hasn't magically transformed, or a couple of weeks later they want to know why they're only getting all these difficult things come into their life. That's Moldavite. That's Moldavite. So be prepared for it, but also know that, you know, you still have total control in your life. It's your decision. When the stuff comes up, it's your decision how you react to it. Okay? And that's all for today. Hasta luego.